Hi, Tom Richardson for Boating Local, and we're here at the Brewer Pilot Point Marina Vendor Show. I'm with Kurt Forsman, who's brought along a new Lehr 5-horsepower propane-fired outboard. This thing runs on propane, right?
Yes, it sure does. This is the first production propane engines. We have a 2.5 and a 5 horse, and as I said, this is the first production. Now, some people look at propane and they've heard of it before in conversions. This is manufactured and produced to run on propane, which is a little different. Propane has 110 octane, where your regular fuels, 87, 89, 91, all that kind of stuff. So it's a higher octane, which means we have to change the compression rating in these. So it's designed for propane.
And so you can take the cylinders, whether you have a small tank or one of these larger tanks, and you can take that to just a regular propane filling station like you do for your gas grill, and away you go.
Away you go, exactly. So we can use a 1-pound can like this. I just take it and I hook it into the back of the engine, and a 1-pound can with a 5-horsepower engine will run a half hour at wide open throttle.
Yep.
Our 2.5 is an hour at wide open throttle.
Okay, great. That's very convenient, and also the lower emissions as well. That's a huge benefit.
Well, that's the biggest thing, and a good example of this is like your forklifts in a warehouse.
Right.
You would never run a gasoline forklift in a warehouse because the emissions are too high. So with this, our emissions are lower. We're a 3-star carb-rated engine. It's the lowest that you can do.
And it's been it's all marinized, so it can stand up to the saltwater environment, and it's been Coast Guard certified, right?
All of those things, absolutely. We have all of our certifications, and one other thing of the questions I usually get is how much does it weigh? So because we have a lot of people on the sailboat side of things that want to be able to put them onto the boat. We're 5 pounds less than a standard 4-stroke, but it is a 4-stroke engine.
Right.
So we're 37 pounds on a 2.5 and 49 pounds on the 5 horsepower as much. The fuels that you put in with all your ethanol today, that creates a lot of problems. So with propane, it's already a gas. So you're not trying to take fuel and atomize it and put it through a carburetor. Plus all the fuels have detergents. So what fouls the plugs are the detergents, all the carbon buildups, all those things. Since now we're a gas already and it's clean burning, you'll notice that your oil stays cleaner and your plug stays cleaner. So your maintenance over time is much less expensive.
Great. Well, it sounds like a win-win situation to me. Yeah. Let's go outside, Kurt, and see one of these engines on a boat and take it for a test.
We'll absolutely do that.
Let's go. All right, Kurt, you got one of these Lehrs. This is a 2.5 model.
Yeah, we put a 2.5 on the back of this Carib. We could have put a 5, but we just put this one on just so we could buzz around a little bit.
Right.
And just to show the demonstration, now a 2.5 only has a forward gear, so this one you would spin around for your reverse. Then you can drive it reverse and then spin it back and go.
Yeah.
The 5 horse does have forward and reverse, so you have that other feature. So it's set up, and we could start it up if you like.
Let's see how you start it up.
Okay, so it's very simple. Every one of these, and I'll stop it again so we can speed through it.
That's right.
But one of the things about propane is it does fire up on the first pull every time. You're not trying to pressurize a fuel line. The fuel is already pressurized and a vapor, so you're not trying to atomize it in that carburetor. So it just starts up every time.
Yeah, right. That's a nice feature. All right, well, let's go take it for a spin, see how it performs in a real-world test.
So here we are with our 2.5. We're just going to buzz around a little bit. It's your standard 4-stroke engine in all other aspects except for the propane. Now, one other nice thing, we were talking earlier, another nice thing about propane engines is the winterization process, you really don't have anything. You're not trying to winterize fuel, like with all the ethanol fuel problems that you have. You're not worried about the fuel lines. In order to winterize this, really, you just disconnect the can and you can put it away.
Yeah. Now, but you do have some lower unit oil, right? That's about the only thing.
Well, you do have lower unit oil, and you do have a water system, so you have a water pump in the shaft, so you do have to get that out. But beyond that, there's really very little to do.
So there's a maintenance cost saving as well.
Yes, absolutely. The maintenance cost savings is, as we said earlier in the film, from your spark plug to the oil, you're going to find it's going to stay a lot cleaner because you don't have all the detergents that are typically in the gasoline itself.
Thanks a lot, Kurt, for taking me out for a little spin around the Pilot's Point area and demonstrating the benefits of the new Lehr.
My pleasure.
Excellent. I'm Tom Richardson for Boating Local. Thanks for watching.